Good Thursday morning, everybody. And what a night it was last night in Major League Baseball. First of all, kudos to Lenny Melnick. What a 9 o'clock show. And if you missed any of that, you need to go back and take a listen. He covered every box score so in depth, and little nuggets of trivia. Didn't know about the rookie Met, who Benny Agbayani. I'd forgotten about number 50 from the state of Hawaii, but I reminded of him this morning listening to the legend. Good morning, everybody. This is Arnie, and this is Arnie's Fantasy World of Sports. We're going to talk a lot of baseball today. We're going to look at today's matchups, and I don't just mean who's pitching against who. We're going to dig deep into looking some numbers about what the players' stats are against the pitchers. But before we do that, why don't we look at the standings? I like to do that every morning. Right now, as we look at the American League, leading the American League is the New York Yankees, 36-19, and a big series starting tonight at Yankee Stadium, wouldn't you say? Anytime you have the Red Sox coming to town, oh boy, here we go. So it's Yankees-Red Sox for the next 4 days. The Yankees are 19-11 at Yankee Stadium, 17-8 on the road. So they are actually playing better away from Yankee Stadium than they are at home. Don't know about that, but we'll see how they play today against the Red Sox. Tampa Bay is one game behind. Now, the Rays won last night against Toronto 4-3. Oh, by the way, the Yankees shut out the Padres yesterday 7-0. And a great pitching performance by Big Maple. 6 inning shutout ball. And Paddock, and Lenny just touched on it, Paddock isn't looking as good as he did early. And I agree. My buddy Mike Soroka, he is leading now, in my opinion, on National League Rookie Pitcher of the Year against Paddock, because Paddock, again, he's had a couple tough outings the last time out. But Tampa won against Toronto 4-3. They've won 5 in a row. And their run differential now exceeds the Yankees at plus 75. Tampa's 18-8 away from Tropicana. They're 16-11 at home. So, like their counterpart, they fare better on the road than they do at home as well. So, hey, they're going to be playing, and this is, we talk about the Yankees-Red Sox. Well, how about this series? Coming up, starting today, the Tampa Bay Rays, they'll be playing against the Minnesota Twins. All right. And that's a huge series. I mean, the Twins are pseudo running away with the Central. The Rays are in a dogfight in the East and in that wild card race. And so, don't just keep your channel set on the Yankees-Red Sox. Turn it on over a little bit to the Twins and the Rays. Let's see how that series goes as well. We're going to talk about that some more as we get into next week's shows Monday morning. I'm planning on looking back at the weekend that was, and we'll see how those matchups went. Boston coming into New York tonight, 7.5 games behind the Yankees. The Red Sox lost to Cleveland. Remember yesterday's show, I played the highlight reel where Cleveland scored 5 runs in the ninth to come back and beat the Red Sox. Okay, it carried over into yesterday. Yesterday, Cleveland wins 14-9 at Fenway Park in Boston. And Boston's just on a reel right now. Now, nothing can fix that for the Red Sox than coming in tonight at the Yankees and winning. And they come in tonight with their guns loaded. Yeah, Chris Sale. It doesn't get any better than that. The best they have going for the Red Sox tonight. It ought to be a great one at Yankee Stadium. The Red Sox are coming in 7.5 games behind the league-leading Yankees, and they have lost 2 in a row. Toronto, 15.5 out. Baltimore, 19.5 out. Moving on to the Central, the Twins just continue to roll. They won against Milwaukee, 5-3. Today at Tampa, they're 37-17. They've won 8 of 10. Their run differential's a positive 112. No one else in the division is in the positive category in run differential. They're 19-9 at home. They're 18-8 on the road. That's a team right there. That's a team. They're loaded, absolutely loaded. Chappie, good morning. Yes, sir, we're with it. Cleveland 9.5 back. Of course, they have won 2 in a row over the Red Sox. Cleveland now goes to Chicago over the weekend to play the White Sox. That series starts today. There are 10 games on the slate today, by the way. The White Sox are 11.5 out, and they've won 3 in a row. So there's a battle there for second place. And, of course, if you look at the American League West, you look at the A's, they were in last place not long ago. Now they're only 7.5 out. They have lost 2 in a row. They trail the Astros by 7.5 games. What about Carlos Correa's massage? Okay. You know, how many of you guys have had a massage? I have. You know, I find them to be really relaxing and not painful necessarily. Now, my shoulders do hurt, and so when they get rubbed out, they may be sore for, a day or so. But I've never broken a rib. Are you kidding me? Breaking a rib, getting a massage for a major league all-star like Carlos Correa? Is there potentially more to the story? I'm not sure if there is or there isn't, but we do know this. Yesterday it was first reported Correa would be out 2 to 3 weeks. Now at night it's predicted 4 to 6 weeks. They're already without Jose Altuve, now Carlos Correa. Tony Kemp played second base last night. We'll see how they maneuver around. I'm just wondering, I'm hearing a door knock, and it's Jose Alvarado. And let's play some first base, and let's move Yuli Gurriel to third, and let's score a lot of runs. And Super 2 is this weekend, and so let's do it next week. That's what I think is going to happen. I've told you that all week. Let's see if my predictions come true. Phil Chappie says deep tissue is painful. But did your wife break her rib doing it, Chappie? I don't think so. You haven't told me about it if she has. But we'll see. Correa will be back. Houston just seems not to miss a beat. They really don't. But the A's are 7.5 out. The A's have won 8 of 10. They are now going to Houston. They are home with Houston. That's a matchup. What matchup? So you got the Yankees, Red Sox. You got the Rays and the Twins, and you got the A's and the Astros. You got the teams that are the 6 teams vying for 5 playoff spots, and they're all playing each other this weekend. A great American League schedule, I'm telling you. Texas, 8 out. They've won 7 of 10. They won at Seattle last night, 8-7. And that's a look at the standings in the American League. Let's go to the National League. The Phillies. Wow. The Phillies were on fire last night. They were playing the Cardinals at home. They win 11-4, okay? And they had one of their key players just go off last night. His name is Bryce Harper. Harper goes off against the St. Louis Cardinals last night, and Harrison Bader and everyone else. And I wonder now if maybe Mr. Harper is coming around. Okay? He looked good last night. He hit a homer. He doubled, and the double was a hustle double into second base. And so we'll keep our eye on the Phillies as they now have a 3.5 game lead over the Atlanta Braves. The Phillies have won 2 in a row. The Braves have lost 2 in a row. The Braves were pummeled last night against the Washington Nationals. They were down 14-0 at one point. Yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. They did finally score 4 runs, okay? And how'd they do it? Well, Mr. Riley came to bat.
Still
Austin Riley, grand slam. I'm telling you, what a start to a career for Austin Riley. We're going to talk more about his numbers later. But the Braves do lose. They did get those 4 from Riley's grand slam, but they lose to Washington 14-4. And they're now 3.5 out. The Mets 6 games out. The Mets, oh my gosh. You're talking about a game that you should have won and a game that you didn't. The Mets up in the ninth, okay? They're up by 3 runs. They bring their closer in, Diaz, the free agent find. And then the Dodgers, well, they just go off.
Second, winning run at the plate. Bellinger to right center field. This game is tied. He's on his way to second. There is still nobody out. They've been doing some amazing things this year. This young man has been leading all the amazing things, and it continues here tonight. This game is tied. He's on second, and they're looking for a walk-off now. Center field, backing up Gomez, makes the catch. Here comes Bellinger. What a magical night. From down 8-3 to win it 9-8. The Dodgers get 4 runs. Diaz gets just 1 out.
And the Mets lose in L.A. 9-8. Peterson, home run. Muncy, home run. Bellinger double in the gap to right center field. Fly ball, and he tags up from third and scores. Wow. And have we got any Murderers Row in L.A.? We'll talk about that after we go through the standings. That's the next thing on the list. What a batting lineup the Dodgers are putting out there every day. Wow. In the Central, the Cubs, they are 31-23, 18-10 at home, 13-13 away. They're getting ready to have a series. They don't play today. They start their series tomorrow at St. Louis. Big series coming up between those rivals. Milwaukee, a game behind. They start a series today at Pittsburgh. And Cincinnati, 6 games out. They're in last place. And they play Washington starting tomorrow. So again, 5 teams within 6 games of each other in the Central. And over the last 10 games, the best record among the 5 teams belongs to the Cincinnati Reds at 5-5. The Dodgers, 8 games up in the West. Run differential now is 80. They play the Mets again today. It's the conclusion of a 4-game set. The Padres are going to be home tomorrow, and it'll be interesting to see if Fernando Tatis Jr. is back in the lineup for the Padres tomorrow as they begin a homestand against the Miami Marlins. They're 8 games behind the Dodgers. The Arizona Diamondbacks are 9 games behind, and the Colorado Rockies are 9 games behind. The Rockies will be playing the Diamondbacks again today. The Rockies have won the first 3 games of that set and 4 overall. So let's keep our eyes on that game, Rockies and Diamondbacks. Let's look at the standings, the games today. And in doing this, I want to look at some batting averages against the pitchers involved, okay? And so bear with me just a few minutes as we go through, and any comments or questions you might have, send them on in. Chat room is looking full. Andrea's with us, Cha-Cha, and it's great to see all you guys. Just keep coming in. The water's fine, and the coffee's warm. All right. Tonight, Boston against the Yankees. I told you it's Chris Sale with his 1-6 record, 4.19 ERA against Jay Happ, 4-3 with a 5.09 ERA. And I want to look at the individual batters and their averages against these pitchers. I'll also tell you the number of at-bats they've had. You can gauge for yourself whether it's a sample size that is worthy of note or not. I'm just going to give you the facts. How about that? All right. Let's start for the visiting Red Sox as they face Jay Happ tonight. Steve Pearce, and this is career